Hello, hello, and welcome back to Stages, the podcast that bridges the generational gap all across the boards. We're talking millennials, we're talking Gen Xers, Gen Zs. I am a baby boomer. I'm Mary.
I'm a millennial. I'm Lorena.
I'm Zachary. I'm a millennial as well.
And today on Stages, we're talking about space travel.
Oh!
Yeah, we're definitely going to take off on some conversation here.
The final frontier.
But we actually know less about the ocean than we do about space, so.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Less?
Yeah, that's what they say.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, we've never truly been to, like, the bottom, I guess. Most bottom part of the ocean because we just explode from pressure.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's why I think, like, mermaids
that's
definitely exist, and they're just crusty and old and stay at the bottom and don't want to, like, mess with us. But anyway, we're not talking about that. We're talking about aliens.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
So what's up? What's up with space, y'all? What's up, space?
So the question is, let's see. So I'll ask you first, Mom. If you had the chance to go to space, okay, let's say like Jeff Bezos style, all right? You have a ship, you can go, you can spend a couple days in space and then come back. Would you do it?
Wow. I feel like that's such a loaded question because, like, there's really nothing up there yet except just the tout for you to say, oh, I went to space.
Yeah.
Like, what is there up there to go do other than just have bragging rights that, oh, like, I traveled to space because, like, I'm a billionaire and I'm so cool like that. But now I'm going to come back home and, like, go to Fiji.
Yeah. I totally agree. I feel like there's, like, way more majestic things here on Earth I would much rather spend my time seeing before I'm like, yeah, let me go feel, like, claustrophobic as fuck up in outer space.
I'm telling you, like, seriously.
Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, I think I think Jeff Bezos kind of ruined it for me, honestly.
Yeah,
I think
true.
Yes, I agreed totally.
Yeah, honestly, that's how it is. Like, okay, I don't know if you guys know this about me, but so I studied theater. My degree's in theater, but like I've done the thought experiment before. Like, if I was going to study something different, what would it be? And a lot of times, like, my answer is like astrobiology or like space, like rocket science or like physics. Like, I would love to like work with NASA and like go to space or like do something space related. Like,
You would be
really,
a great astronaut.
I think I'd be good. I'd be good.
Mm-hmm.
I would do it well.
Yeah.
The thing is, I mean, that's like, you know, no regrets or anything. Like, I'd probably have to like start my life over if I don't think I could do that now. I think I'm too late in my life to do that. And it's fine. But I've always had this thing that it's like throughout my 20s, I was always like, man, I'm going to go to space. Like, I'm going to love like going to space. I know I'm going to go to space in my lifetime. And then, you know, you have these crazy, like, insane level of wealth that shouldn't even exist, billionaire Jeff Bezos going and actually doing it. And it ruins it.
Yeah.
It ruins it.
Agree completely.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like the amount of money that goes into like one man filling his desire. I don't know. So many problems on this earth could be solved with that amount of money, or any fraction of the money that he hoards. You know.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, we won't get political here, you know, and talk about all of that. I definitely have a lot of strong opinions about that, you know, the billionaire class and the level of wealth that they're holding on to. I'm sure a lot of people have those strong opinions, but we're talking about space today.
Yeah. But I agree with you. Like, I don't know. There's like things that you're like, oh, I thought it was cool till this douchebag thought it was cool. Now I don't think it's cool. And he just totally did that. I'm like, man, you're the same annoying jock. You know?
Yes.
Yep.
I don't think anyone heard him do that. Like, I just want to thank all the Amazon customers and was like, that was the right thing to say. That really warmed my heart. I don't know. Maybe there are people who are glad, but everyone I've talked to is like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Somebody help that guy.
Absolutely.
I mean, like when you have reports of Amazon employees who like don't have enough time to take breaks, they have to pee in bottles. Like, think about that.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
And like the people that are packing boxes here in Texas, like as long as it's, man, I don't want to say wrong. It's something like if it's not over 95 degrees, they don't have air conditioning for that. Like they're like loading up with just like massive fans. And I just like stuff like that is like, I'm sure I'm wrong on the details, but I know from a girl that I work out with, like it just gets really freaking hot and they're there like loading up boxes and I'm like, that's crazy. You would think with all that money they could have a more air conditioned area to be like doing extreme physical labor in, but I don't know.
Nope. Gotta fund the CEO's space travel instead.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, come
no
on,
air
Lorena.
conditioning for the manual labor workers who are actually making this company profitable.
Like, why would they do anything like humane like that? Come on, guys.
Yeah. I don't know. But back on space. I don't know. Like, wait, one of my favorite. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Zach.
You do yours, and then I'll do mine. I was going to ask a new question.
Oh, okay. I will say one of my favorite movies growing up was Rocket Man. Did you ever watch that movie, Zach?
I vaguely remember it. I remember like he's got the whole world in his hands song.
Yes. Wait, Mary, do you know this movie, Rocket Man?
I don't think I know this one.
I might have to watch it tonight now that we were talking about it. My favorite part is like the whole thing. He's like with he's like a bebop bumbly guy who ends up going to space with like this hardcore astronaut, and basically to totally spoil it for you, it comes full circle when the big burly astronaut gets like crushed by something in space and it's like on live TV and the bumbly rocket man is like trying to save him and can't lift the rocket ship off him and he's like, you just have to call me mommy, and the burly guy's like, I won't do it, and he's like, you must do it, it'll give me the strength of 10,000 men, and he says, okay, save me, mommy, and then he's like able to lift it up and and then the guy gets under. Do you not remember that part, Zach? Oh, that was like the full circle moment was like, call me mommy, and the guy's like, no, and then he does, and then he gets the strength of 10,000 men and saves his life.
I remember that scene. Who was that actor? Who was that actor? Because he was such a funny guy, and he was like, call me mommy. Yeah, I remember that. It was hilarious.
I freaking loved that movie. And I always thought I would want to go to space because of that movie. But then as an adult, no, I don't really care.
Yeah, I don't either. Like, I don't get it. I don't want to go. Yeah. And maybe it is because it was ruined by Bezos Billionaire for me. That, like, what are you going to go up there and do? It's just like a bragging right. There's so many beautiful places in the world here, that you can go see.
What's your next question? Oh, sorry.
I'll get on. I mean, I think it would be amazing to see the Earth, honestly, from that vantage point and to float around. I mean, it's, I just think it would be a cool experience. Anyway, okay, so moving on. Next question. Do you believe that there is sentient extraterrestrial life in the universe somewhere?
100%.
Wow.
I don't have any doubt that there is. There definitely is.
Yeah, I feel there is too. Yep.
It's kind of like beyond me that people can even so like matter-of-factly say that there isn't. It's like, the thing is nobody knows. But
That's
what?
Right.
You think like literally, I don't know. But I also like believe in ghosts and stuff. So.
I mean, it's well, that's a different thing, but I mean, just statistically, I mean, like if you look at like the factors that are required for a planet, like the size of the planet, the distance of the planet from like the nearest star, like there are literally like millions and millions of planets that have like the exact right conditions to have life on them. The universe, it's just too big. The universe is too big for us to observe everything. I mean,
Totally.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah.
But oh my gosh, it's so crazy to think about. Like it would be so freaky for us to find other life within our lifetimes. I mean, I don't think that humans could handle it, finding out
so
that
either.
exists.
Like, because I
Right?
feel like there's already been some things that's like, oh, it definitely exists, but it gets like shut down because people don't want to know it.
I know.
Like, there's a whole like basically community of people, not Roswell, New Mexico, somewhere else in New Mexico, that like it's been passed down generation to generation. They like communicate with aliens.
Oh, wow.
I started watching a YouTube thing by one of them, and I was like, wait, what? This is insane. But yeah, they're like, oh yeah, they come and visit us all the time in our dreams. It's like if everyone was just open to it, they would talk to them too, blah, 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 da, 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 da. Like, it's pretty crazy.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I don't know, why is that any less valid than, I don't know, virtual reality? You know what I mean? There's so many things that's just like, people just can't conceptualize it until they physically have it.
Yeah.
But I feel like so many abstract things are definitely real.
Oh, absolutely. I do too, 100%. When we were in London, we drove out to this castle, Zach and Alec and I, and it was totally haunted.
Did anything happen?
Yes.
What happened?
But I didn't know until the next morning it was haunted. So, like, we got to stay in the gatehouse, right? Because somehow they had our reservation confused and they gave us 2 rooms. And I was like, no, we kind of all want to be together. So they put us in this huge gatehouse, like 3-story gatehouse, right? And we're like having the time of our lives. We're like, they leave us sherry. They have like every fireplace going. I mean, it was gorgeous.
Oh my God, cool.
It was so cool. And so we all decide to sleep in one room, right? And so we're all in one room, and Alec is at a cot, and Zach and I are sharing this like huge bed. And like, you know, we wake up and the next morning I'm like, wow, Alec, like it sounded like you were coughing, you know, in the night. Were you okay? And Zach was like, yeah, and why were you standing over me? And Alec was like, dude, I left the room. The cot was so uncomfortable. I went and slept in the other room.
Oh my!
Yeah, this is a complete true story. So then we go and we have breakfast, and the lady is telling us that the castle is haunted and that people feel like that people, you know, that people are standing over them in the night and talking, and that's what happened to Zach. And Alec wasn't even in the room, and I thought he was at the foot of the bed, like coughing, like he was having something wrong with his throat.
Oh my God.
I mean, I'm telling you, I was like, all right, well, I think it's time for us to go now. I mean, we were only staying one night anyway, but I mean, I was like, God, I'd never packed so fast in my life. I was like out of there.
Dude, we need to do a ghost story thing because that is good. It's so true. Like stuff like that. It's like if that can like that happens, you had no form or not, like it happened. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure there's people who can invalidate your experience, but I'm not one of them. I'm like, that's real as F.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Like that's so real. So, like, yeah, if ghosts and spirits are hanging out, why not aliens? Like, and if they're way more technologically advanced, they can definitely evaporate or do things that we don't even know exist to be done.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we just think we're, like, the shit, but we're not. Like, we don't know anything. If like, I don't know. We only use how much percent of our brain and all that other
10%.
stuff? 10%. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and it really is like you're saying. I mean, like, you know, 100 years ago, if you would have told someone like, oh, like, yeah, in the future, there will be glasses you can wear and it'll transport you, it'll look like you're somewhere, like virtual reality. Yeah, like you would. You'd laugh. That's not a thing.
Yeah.
That's fake. But now that's like, it's a little annoying for me. I don't want to try that. You know what I mean? Like, it's like so commonplace that we like don't even think about it.
Yeah,
Right.
it's
Almost.
true.
And so, yeah, there's so much stuff we can't even imagine that like can exist in the universe.
Right. What if we're like the inferior aliens and we don't even know it because we're so inferior?
We definitely
I'm sure
are.
That we are. Yeah.
Yeah.
We absolutely are. Are you kidding? I mean, think about it. The universe has, like, if you follow the Big Bang Theory, the universe has existed for 13.4 billion years. And, like, humans have been around for, like, what? A couple thousand? I mean, think about that. That's such a tiny, infinitesimally tiny percentage of time. I mean, if you think about it, any other planet, I mean, if they would have started, I don't know, if life on there would have started 1 million years earlier, and they could still be going. Think about that. They have 1 million more years of progress than us. And that still is an infinitesimally tiny percentage of time on the grand scale of like all measurable time. And that's just what we can measure right now. I mean, we don't want to get too crazy in this, like what came before there was, what was there before anything existed. Yeah. But like there was something, and like there's life now. So like, why is it just us? It's not just us.
Yeah. And like, it might not be humans. Could be like the dinosaurs built some spaceships, pieced out, and then they come back and they're communicating with their alligator crocodile brethren, and then they leave, and then who knows?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's even crazier than all that.
I love
it's endless.
It's endless. Man, I would love to communicate with some dinosaur. That'd be cool.
Yeah, they're like, we're gonna leave some bones here. You guys are gonna think we all died in a fire, but we actually blew this crap up and we left. I don't know. And they're like super genius, and we think that they're all just like, meh, animals.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Zach is like, no way, not by.
No way. You're talking like, crazy talk.
And I'm totally buying it. I'm like, yeah, they are. The dinosaur. They know it all.
Yeah.
No, I buy it. I really buy it. All right. Well, I'm going to go out and like stare at the sky tonight.
Cool. Even in that DC city light.
Yeah, I got to get out of all this light pollution.
Yeah, that is, I will say that's one of my favorite parts in Ireland is when we go up to Donegal, like, and it's very rural, and you just, like, the stars are so intense. Oh. And, like, they're high enough up that I guess sometimes they might kind of see the northern lights. I've never been there when it's possible.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like, I don't know. The sky is very cool at night and very... It's like right on top of you, without any of that light pollution and being so high up. It's awesome.
When you're there, you have to send us a pic.
Yeah, I will.
If you could even get a great picture of
That's the thing. Yeah.
You really can't. It's just something you just have to sit and enjoy.
And feel.
Yeah. Yeah, and feel. Yeah.
Totes
my goats. All right, well, good session, and thanks for tuning in, everybody. We will catch you next week on Stages.
Yep, we're spacing out, guys.
Spaced out. Bye.